Hey y'all. Hope that you're doing well. We are at the end of August and we had a beautiful 8 weeks of summer. We did our Reclaim Your Life Summer Healing Series, which was so good, so valuable, reminding us the importance of, you know, slowing down, reclaiming your time and not giving so much of your time and your resources and your energy to external things, and bringing that more back to yourself, bringing your resources back to yourself, and really taking back your life, because we've just been living for other people for so long. Um, and so now we've really come into this state of um, just reclaiming our life, reclaiming our time, reclaiming our health. And it's really led me, and a lot of the women that I'm talking to and working with, it's leading us into this season of like bare minimum in the best way. Like, we are no longer overextending ourselves. We're no longer overexerting ourselves. We are learning to say no in a way that is empowered and still soft. We are accepting that, there are things that we just don't want to do. And we're accepting the fact that we just want to rest. Like, sometimes we just want to be still. And for a lot of us whose nervous systems have not been regulated for so long, and we've been in fight or flight survival mode for so long, resting was really a foreign concept. And we do things like we do spa days, and we do, massage, and I love massage. We do nail care, hair care, and we think that those are, restful practices, but that's not really true rest. Like, true rest is having a clear schedule. True rest is not just waking up and immediately, checking your emails and living for somebody else. True rest is, taking up like a restful hobby, like reading, or, just pausing between activities, pausing between appointments, and not just jam packing your days full of stuff. And so as we enter this new season, fall is just around the corner. Um, I notice that a lot of us are just slowing down completely. And I'm calling it a bare minimum season. And what that means is I'm no longer having a full calendar, a full schedule. I'm making sure that I'm pausing in between tasks. I'm making sure that, the kids aren't completely bombarded with stuff. Like, we're having slow mornings. I'm not just waking up and immediately hopping onto the computer, or immediately running through, a bunch of tasks and to-do lists. We're easing into the day, and nighttime as well. Like, I'm not just stuck to my phone or stuck to a screen until I pass out. Like, I'm breaking up with my screen, my phone, and I'm using that time to manifest. I'm using that time to vision, to pray, to talk with God, to listen, to ask, to seek wisdom. So it's a real restful season. And I'm exploring things like, what does love mean? Like, what does love look like in my life, like romantically? I'm exploring things like, what does abundance really mean? What does success really mean? Is it a financial number, or is it the fact that, I can make money doing things that I love, things that I'm passionate about? Having like a creative outlet that still brings me revenue and generating revenue. So I'm redefining what success means in my life. And thankfully, I've spent a lot of the summer doing real deep healing work, along with the slowing down. I've been doing a lot of therapy, doing a lot of therapy. I've been doing a lot of inner reflective work, and I've been doing a lot of cleaning up, like tidying up of people, of tasks, of responsibilities. And I've been doing a lot more structuring and creating systems. So I've developed workflows for like how I'm engaging with clients, individual clients, corporate clients. We've set up a few automations, which have been really good. So I can just reclaim some of that time back. I don't have to be, scrambling and seeking, information. I have a workflow and a system that I'm working through nowadays. And it's been really, really lovely to have these things in place. And one thing that I'm really encouraging, the women that I work with to do is to find things that you actually enjoy doing. Because what ends up happening is a lot of times folks ask us, like, what do you do for fun, or like, what do you do in your spare time? And it's literally things like, I don't know, like maybe I work out, and working out is, like an adrenaline heavy activity. It's like more masculine, it's testosterone boosting. Like, what are some things that you enjoy? What are some things that actually bring you joy? And it's either, in my spare time I work out, or I work, I take care of the kids, or I clean the house. Maybe I go for walks. But what would it mean to take up an activity that you actually enjoy? Maybe you always wanted to do art, or maybe you always wanted to learn how to dance or do a certain type of dance, or maybe you wanted to pick up tennis or pick up swimming, or like, what would it look like to bring a joyful activity into your life, something that you look forward to outside of your tasks and outside of your responsibilities. So this allows us again to reclaim our life, so that our lives are not spent again living for other people and doing things for other people. It's not just about who you're taking care of or how you're making money, how you're going to get these bills paid. You do have to take some of that joy back into your life, because otherwise you're going to look back and say, I spent the last 30 years just working away. I spent the last 30 years living for others. And that's not what we want, because when we age, stress will show in different ways. Like, if you have not been taking care of yourself, your cortisol levels rise. You end up, you start getting high blood pressure. You find it difficult to, lose weight the way that you used to lose weight. Cycles of depression and anxiety keep coming into your life. And the things that used to work well for you when you were in your teens and in your 20s, maybe early 30s, you start to realize, like, these things are starting to change for me. So I can't run on coffee and 4 hours of sleep anymore. I just can't. I need a full 7-8 hours of sleep. I need a nice wholesome breakfast. I need a slow morning, and I need things in my life that I enjoy. Right, the value of my time has really changed, and the things that I value has really changed. And so I encourage you to enter this bare minimum season. Stop filling your schedules up with things to do back to back to back. Create space, create pause in there. And you can just sit there in the pause. You can do things that are more reflective. If you want to tap more into your feminine energy side, things that allow you to be creative, like art, or excuse me, maybe sewing, or drawing, painting, singing, piano, or another instrument. Anything that activates your womb space, your sacral chakra, that allows you to be more vibrant and to feel more tapped into your feminine energy, your softness, your slowness. So I encourage you to pause, create more pauses in your day, and find things that bring you joy and enjoyment. So maybe that does look like a tennis class, or a dance class, or picking up swimming. What's an activity that you can bring into your life that you really find joyful and you feel passionate about? So I encourage you to start saying no more often. You don't have to take every single opportunity. You don't have to say yes to, every single request and every single invitation. You need to hold your time sacred. Hold your alone time sacred. Your rest time is absolutely sacred. This is when downloads come. This is when answers are revealed. This is when the truth comes to you and when God speaks to you. But when you're constantly busy, you don't have that time and space and that opportunity to really listen and to hear the voice of God and your own intuition. So take that time and that space and let it be sacred. And at first, it's going to be super uncomfortable. You're going to be really, just really not at ease being in silence and being peaceful and being quiet. But practice it. Keep on doing it, because again, it's going to bring your blood pressure down, it's going to bring your cortisol levels down, it's going to bring your stress down. And this will improve your health in the long run. You might not see the signs and symptoms of chronic stress and how it's taking a toll on your body now, but eventually the signs will start showing. And if you're looking for like ways that you can actually bring down your stress levels and help to regulate your nervous system, mindfulness is really a great tool. Like meditation is a great tool. Manifesting and visualizations. I did a video on this previously. You can see that on my YouTube. I do that every night before I go to bed. Journaling really helps with anxious thoughts. Yoga, particularly comedic yoga, I have found so much purpose in life through comedic yoga, and I'm not even joking you. It's really revealed to me what's valuable and what's real in this life, and what's not, what's really an illusion, and how we spend so much of our time and energy investing in illusions, and what is really important in this life and beyond this life. So through comedic yoga, you can cultivate that awareness and that enlightenment and that elevation in consciousness. And so it's really so liberating to see and to feel the difference of like, wow, I've really been living for things that don't even matter for so long. Without any shame, without any guilt, you can come to that awareness and be like, okay, from this point on, I choose to focus on the things that I actually value, focus on the things that are actually important to me. This could be your family, this could be your children, this could be your partner, this could be a passion of yours, this could be your spirituality, your health. These are the things that really matter, right? So enter your bare minimum season right now. As we enter the fall, naturally it's a time to slow down. So you might already be feeling that, intuitive pull to just slow down a little bit. And I encourage you to just lean into that, okay? Without any guilt, without any shame. You don't need to be busy 24/7. You can slow down. Nothing is going to fall apart. And you'll feel the difference. You'll feel how much better your mental health is. You'll feel how much better you're able to listen to your intuition, listen to the messages that are coming through to you. And you'll really feel a huge, major difference in how your life is going. These people are walking behind my car. But anyways, welcome to this new season, this bare minimum season. And we are in our softness, we are in our flow. And this is nature. This is a very natural rhythm and cycle of energy and how it works. And as we enter the fall, it is this time for slowing down and being more intentional and mindful. So enjoy this. Enjoy this time. Be intentional about it. And I encourage you again, there's no guilt in it. And, everything's going to be fine, baby girl. You don't have to worry, okay? I think that's all I have for y'all today. Stay tuned. There is some exciting things coming through Sacred Lotus. We do have our comedic yoga classes that are coming up. And I'm working on the Sacred Lotus Sanctuary, which is going to be a closed group for women who want to join. And we are doing things like detoxing, we're doing cleansing, we're doing deep emotional healing, we're developing our emotional intelligence, we're tapping into our feminine energy, and we're really learning how to heal our bodies, right? Through things like movement, through things like food, through things like cleansing and detoxing, through things like being honest with ourselves and clearing that mental clutter, and being more mindful and intentional about our lives. So I'm really super excited about this this new offering. That one is in the works. So stay tuned, and you guys honestly stay blessed. Peace and blessings, and we will talk soon. Love y'all. Bye.